And I think that passion comes from inside. Like you can practice it, but I think you're born with it too. Like you have to you're born with it, and then I think you have to recognize it and like feel it and practice it. And at least for me, that's what I feel is crucial to happiness.
Welcome to another episode of Perfusion Rockstars, episode 2. We are here today with Courtney Thurman as our guest from beautiful, sunny San Diego, California. And we would also like, this is on YouTube, if you like this and would like to see more, please like it and subscribe. We would appreciate that. We'd like to introduce Courtney and talk a little bit about her background, her professional perfusion career. Courtney started her perfusion career at MUSC, where she went to school. She entered college October 2011, graduated July 2013. From there, she went to Duke and started working as a perfusionist there in Durham, where she gained lots of experience over those 4 years. I'm sure we'll hear a little bit about that, but that is a great place to work as far as becoming a good, skilled perfusionist. So. That's great. And then from there, you went to, in November 2019, you went out to beautiful, sunny California. So we can kind of hear a little bit about that transition as well. So we'd like to first start off with an icebreaker question to kind of get us both feeling comfortable. Yeah. So the question, based on what you've experienced in your life, is East Coast or West Coast?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so personally, you cannot compare the two. Like they're so very different. Gosh, I mean, obviously I'm from the East Coast and I've lived on the East Coast my whole life, but that will always be home for me. But I love the West Coast, I think, better. The geography out here is just mind-blowing. I think you visited, so you've definitely seen a little bit of it yourself. But just the fact that you're in my brain, I'm like, I'm at the beach, but there's skyscrapers, and then there are cliffs, and there are coves, and it's just mind-blowing. Like, it is such a beautiful place. So short answer, West Coast, but it's a hard decision to make.
I understand. And that's kind of why we asked you, because we knew you'd struggle a little bit with your home being East Coast. So,
yeah.
Thanks for answering that. So Todd's going to start with some perfusion questions, some professional.
Okay.
So I think a good place to start would be to tell us about your life before perfusion. What were you doing?
My life before perfusion. Yeah. So I guess I entered the healthcare world in 2007 and knew I wanted to be in healthcare. Just wasn't sure really exactly where I belonged yet. And at that point, I think I only knew that there were nurses and doctors. Like, I didn't know any other profession existed. So kind of fell into the nursing route and took some classes in undergrad, was in the nursing program. And then when I started working at the hospital as an emergency tech, I discovered other professions and was intrigued by the PA profession. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to do nursing anymore. I want to go to PA school. So pursued that. Thought I was going to pursue it, I guess. But so yes, then I vacationed to Charleston, and I was like, I need to live in Charleston. Oh my gosh, they have a PA program. I need to get here. So I moved to Charleston in 2011 and was going to retake some classes, get a job, network, get my foot in the door, and go from there. And when I moved to Charleston, my roommate had a friend who was in the perfusion program. And literally within like 5 seconds of hearing him talk, I was like sold. Like, you have the coolest job. Like, tell me more. And he invited me to come into the OR in Shadow, which was super nice. And I went to the animal lab, and literally that's it. Oh my gosh, I never looked back. It was the best decision ever. I applied and started in 2013. But yeah, no regrets there. So I've always been in medicine, and just, took me some time to figure out where I belonged and where it was best for me.
Sure. Do you mind me asking who was the individual, the student that?
It was Todd. Oh my gosh, I'm
Oh,
blanking on
Todd,
his
that's
last.
fine. Todd, not, yeah.
Todd. He was in New York. He was in New Jersey. He also.
Yeah,
Stoke.
that's fine. No,
Oh,
that's
okay.
fine. I was just curious because
I'm blanking. Oh my
sometimes
God. Why am
we,
I blanking?
well,
Yeah.
it'll come back to you.
Bald guy.
Yeah.
Younger
Oh,
guy.
I know, I know,
Todd
Todd. I know
Hickson.
who you're talking
Hickson.
about. Yep, yep. So, so he was the one that first really exposed you to perfusion and got you into the field.
Yeah.
So he must have been pretty passionate, excited about it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That you were able to do that. So as a perfusionist, what do you believe your perfusion superpowers are?
Superpowers. Well, my goal is to be able to pump a case from home one day virtually. That's my ultimate superpower goal. But for now, I think, we're trained alongside or very closely with checklists and protocols and troubleshooting techniques. So I think, and I have just, even going on bypass steps, like simple steps like that, you go through every single day. So it has been helpful for me when I am in a emergent situation to be able to just quickly go into troubleshooting mode and, go down your algorithm of steps you need to do and basically fix the problem. So yeah, that practice that has been kind of drilled into my head has come in very good use for me, and I'm very grateful for that.
I'm sure
Because
doing
it saved my butt.
right, and doing the variety of cases that you did and that you may still continue to do, I'm sure
Yeah.
that helps you kind of hone in and refine and
Oh,
figure out what you need
yes,
to
I'm
have.
very grateful for it, but you don't want bad things to happen.
Yeah.
So it sounds like obviously you've pumped a lot of different cases. You have a wide variety of things you've done in the perfusion field. So what would be your most memorable perfusion moment, would you say, so far?
Ooh. Let's see.
Could be positive or negative, I
Yeah.
guess.
I try to forget those. No. Actually, one of the first memory that came to mind was actually while I was a student rotating at Duke, and I was pumping a case. It was like a long morning case, and I think it was like 5 o'clock in the evening. And I had finished my case, but went into another room to check on the perfusionist and, see if she needed anything before I left. And I walked in and she was like, "Courtney, come." And it was just like, I think it was a big aortic case that had just was spiraling out of control and just giving product and losing volume and having trouble with blood pressure. And the perfusionist really, and I'm over here like, I'm a student, like, I don't know anything, but she's like, "Come over here." And just the way she like delegated and, she made me feel comfortable and confident. She was like, "You can do this, get in here. I need your help." I was like, "Okay, here we go." And it was really great. It was very comforting and reassuring as well, that I did actually kind of know what I was doing. So that comes to mind first.
Well, that's great. That
Yeah,
you sort
that
of
was a
took
good
a
feeling.
negative and turned it into a positive, right? So for
Exactly.
confidence
Yeah.
in your perfusion career. So
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I needed that.
So how has your perception of perfusion changed during your career, from Todd showing you into the OR, or the lab, learning a little bit about it, until thinking about it today? Anything different that you would like to share, particularly with maybe a student that's thinking about the profession or someone maybe going into it?
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. How has my perception changed? Obviously, okay, so yeah, for me personally, when I was a new grad, I wanted to be in a big, busy academic center because I wanted to get all that exposure and experience. And best decision of my life. Like, and I understand that that's also not for everybody. Some people want to work at smaller centers and their careers are equally as fulfilling. But for me, I wanted that experience. I got it, and it gave me I felt so supported in that setting. It gave me confidence. It put you in uncomfortable situations. And for me, I'm all about like purposefully getting uncomfortable because then I grow. And I'm like, I needed this to happen for me to get where I am today. So And then my situation now, I'm not at a big center. I'm at a smaller center, not doing as much, complex cases, but it's still absolutely great. So yeah, I would just say if there's any, itch, scratch it. If there's any sort of interest in, a big center, if you're hesitant, because it can be intimidating, and it is intimidating, but jump in, go for it. But yeah, you can get the kind of excitement and, front load your career. And then afterwards you have this confidence, you have resources, you've got, mentors that you can connect to, and you've always got some support down the road. And also you've gained all this wealth of knowledge as well.
Yeah, great.
To use maybe if you do go to a smaller center.
Yeah. So, yeah,
No, that's great.
I think that was a great advice for people. So you mentioned, mentors. Do you have is there anyone that you think of that comes to mind? You think of someone that was a big influence in your career, or even a mentor through your Perfusion journey so far?
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, you don't have to pick just one if you have multiple.
Yeah, no. So from when I was on rotation, I went to the University of Michigan up in Ann Arbor, and their student coordinator, he just totally, and this was the furthest I'd been like away from home. So I'm originally from Virginia. So, and it was winter. It was January when I was in Michigan, but he just totally, I don't know, he was just very inspiring. He was very inclusive. He was respected. I could tell, like walking around, the nurses, the NPs, the attendings, everybody respected him. Everybody appreciated his input. And he was just a great teacher in the OR and then outside of the OR. So I was like, I want to be like that. So that was kind of my experience as a student. And then as an employee, I would say Dean Linder, he was a mentor of mine. He was assigned, we had assigned mentors. So it was just like somebody you could go to. And that man is smart, too smart for his own good. But yeah, he really challenged me. He challenged me as a student. He challenged me as a new hire, and just really pushed me. And that's what I needed, but also supported me. Yeah. So.
Wonderful.
Well, great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to touch on a couple little personal questions, some fun stuff. I don't know if you since this is Perfusion Rockstars, we thought we'd ask a music question. I don't know if you have a preferred genre or band or type of music that you like, and it may have changed since you've moved to California.
Yeah.
But is there anything particular that you prefer?
Let's see. I like everything.
Yeah.
I really like electronic music, kind of chill, alternative electronic. It's just kind of funky. It's what I like to ride to in the car with the windows down, or, sing over my balcony. And I like to dance, so that's appropriate. It's very fitting. Yeah, I kind of tell Alexa to play whatever I'm in the mood for. When I wake up, it might be Nora Jones. When I'm getting ready to go to bed, it might be, some reggae music or something. But yeah, it just depends on the mood.
How about in the operating room? Anything particular? Luke, who last time, said they listened to a lot of gangster rap in the OR. I was curious if you had any experience like that in your operating room.
Yeah, well, the surgeons, of course, always pick the music. So I have 4 surgeons, down from 10. I have 4 surgeons now. Nice. So 2 of them listen to country, which I'm not opposed to. I grew up listening to country. Mm-hmm. 1 surgeon is no music at all. And the other surgeon is dubstep and wacky, just whatever y'all want to do. He's just I just want to feel good. So, it's usually something fun and upbeat, and we're just, it's a very casual, nice environment.
All right.
Well, awesome. So I know this might have changed from your move from the East Coast to the West Coast, but do you have any personal hobbies that you do when you're obviously outside the OR?
Oh yeah. So if the weather's nice, I'm outside. I've tried a lot of new hobbies since I've been out here. I've always been into hiking, and being outside. but here I finally tried surfing. That was pretty cool. Terrifying, but really cool and, liberating. I tried rock climbing, like indoor rock climbing with the hopes of moving outdoor. Well, I'll probably have to move outdoor now because everything's closed. But yeah, I bought a paddleboard. Paddleboarding's super fun and kind of relaxing, but a workout at the same time. I sew. I'm a seamstress, so I make a lot of scrub hats and have made a lot of masks for friends or people in the OR. So I'm always doing something.
Wow.
That's
Well,
awesome.
yeah, personal story. Him and I tried to learn how to surf. We were in not the best
We're on
area.
the East Coast. It didn't go so well.
We tried to surf.
Yeah.
I think he got up a couple times, but it is a very hard sport.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's tough.
that's cool.
It's so hard.
Your hobbies definitely fit where you live. I would
Yeah.
say.
And
I tell you.
The consistent weather helps to get out.
Oh my gosh. It's almost annoying. Like, I don't want to be like that person that's like, it's so nice here all the time, but it's hard to do I need to go to the DMV or I need to go to the dentist. It's like, no, we'll go later.
Right, I'll go outside and hang out.
You
Yep.
know?
Yep.
But it's also great. I mean, and that's just the lifestyle. People are so active out here. It's just so inviting, and you can't help but it's contagious.
That's great.
Very
That's
dog
great.
friendly, and I don't know how it is in North Carolina with the pandemic, but they started this movement. It's called Get Outside. So the restaurants have to technically be closed inside. So they've moved all their tables outside, and they'll close down side streets and they'll move the tables into the street and serve dinner out in the street. So the restaurants can remain open and we can still go out to dinner.
Wow.
That's nice.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. They're doing some inside and outside seating here as well.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
similar,
Yeah.
but Yep. So I think it's time to move into our lightning round questions. And Todd's going to manage this part of the interview.
Yep. So these lightning rounds, I just want a quick answer, and then we'll run back through and you can explain. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And again, like last time, I want Sam, our editor, do a little timer on this as well. See how fast we can get these through. Okay. So we're going to start. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Okay. Pirates or ninjas?
Pirates.
Favorite TV show?
New Girl.
Do you believe in aliens?
No.
Is cheesecake a pie or a cake?
Pie.
Okay. And then we got beach.
Oh my God, you just said it's in the name.
That doesn't, you can explain. Beach or the mountains?
Beach.
Would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or be able to talk to animals?
Talk to animals.
First celebrity crush.
Ryan Reynolds.
What does a person need to be happy?
Oh my gosh. Passion.
I like that. How many cups of coffee do you drink per day?
Just kidding. 2.
Okay. All right, and that's it.
All right.
That's it. Good job answering those. Some of those can be kind of tricky thinking about them.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Cheesecake was a pie.
but you'd be surprised. I think it could go either way.
I do too. The consistency in the crust is what I think about.
Okay, so that's your reasoning. You go with a pie. I honestly think it's a pie as well, even though there's case in the name. I feel like it's a trick question.
Right.
So you said a hot dog isn't a sandwich.
Don't ask me why.
Okay, enough said. Next.
Yeah. And
I don't know why. Is there a reason? Is it probably is a sandwich? I'm assuming.
I don't know if there's a real answer for it.
Sure.
I'm sure there is, but I don't know the answer.
It's probably like a hoagie. Okay, I would consider a hoagie a sandwich, and it's pretty much a bread cut in down the middle.
Yeah.
So I guess technically it is, but
Okay.
I don't know. By definition, it probably is a sandwich.
Yeah, but it's all about what you see. If you see
It's
it's
your
a sandwich or
preference.
not.
That's right. That's
So you also picked pirates over ninjas.
yeah.
Just
because they live on the water.
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking when you said that. Right. Yep.
And then
Jack
favorite,
Sparrow.
yeah. And then favorite
Yeah.
TV show is a favorite of mine as well. You said New Girl, correct?
Awesome. Yeah.
I love watching
Oh, I
New
love
Girl. I've
Zoe.
watched it for a while, but I watch it with my fiance sometimes.
I was gonna
It's
say I
awesome.
haven't many guys that willingly watch that show. It's like there's got to be
Yeah.
a reason that you watch
It's good.
it.
I think it's pretty funny. I
Good
like
for
Watches
you.
it with his fiance.
Yeah.
And by himself when she's not there.
Right.
Of course. Well, once
Exactly.
I get hooked, and then I got to keep watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you picked the beach. I think that's pretty obvious. You mentioned your activities seem a little more beachy than mountains, but you do interested in rock climbing, things like that.
Yeah, and honestly, like I just did a hike Tuesday. That was, you can be in the mountains. We were at like 3,000 feet only, but in like 30 minutes. Like the mountains are super close here.
Yeah.
So you can, they say you're like a true Californian when you go skiing at Big Bear during the day and surfing in the evening. Like you can do both sports in one day.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Isn't that
That's
mind blowing?
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did hear something that North Carolina is the second most geographically diverse state to California.
I believe it.
Right.
Yeah.
Just think of the
Oh,
coast
yeah.
and the mountains, Grandfather Mountain in North Carolina.
Oh,
but
my
obviously,
gosh.
California is very geographically diverse.
And it's a little closer.
That makes sense. Yeah, I believe it. Oh my gosh. And that's one thing that drew me to North Carolina. I was like, oh, I can live centrally in Durham,
Mhm.
be an hour and a half to Wilmington and 3 hours to Asheville. So
Sure. Yep.
yeah, very appealing.
It is nice. And then this answer seemed pretty easy for you. You'd rather be able to talk to animals than speak every language in the world.
I mean, yeah, talking to people is cool too, but animals are way better.
Yeah, that's what.
I have a dog. I love animals. I'm so intrigued by them. So yeah, I just have a lot of questions for them.
Yeah, I do say. My brother and I, we were talking about it, and he said it doesn't matter if you can speak every language. He said being able to talk to animals, you could figure everything out that you never.
Yeah, because also as humans, we can communicate with people another way, either by hand motions or body gestures, and
Yeah.
so we could get by.
Animals seem very kind.
Yeah.
Some.
Most of them.
So then your first celebrity crush.
Ryan Reynolds. Oh my gosh, I love him.
Nothing.
He's married to Blake Lively, who I also love.
Okay.
Okay, well that yeah. So no jealousy there. You're happy for him.
Yeah.
So then passion. That's what a person needs to be happy.
Oh yeah,
I like that answer.
yeah. And I think that passion comes from inside. Like you can practice it, but I think you're born with it too. Like you have to you're born with it, and then I think you have to recognize it and like feel it and practice it. And at least for me, that's what I feel is crucial to happiness.
I like it. I think that's a great answer. Yeah, if you lack passion in things, you really aren't. You're kind of just content with everything, and that's
Right, and you're not really pushing yourself or getting uncomfortable, like I said, and growing. So
I like that. And then cups of coffee a day.
I
You said
had to
two.
get out two.
That's a
I
pretty good
think.
answer.
I don't know, it depends on how big my cup is.
Yeah.
Right.
How many fluid ounces maybe?
How many fluid ounces? Probably 30.
It's hard to find a normal work day too in perfusion. Sometimes you're going late, sometimes you're going early, sometimes you're working. So I'm sure it varies.
I swear, yeah. And yeah, flexibility, gosh, that's another thing you need with this profession too.
Mm-hmm.
You have to miss events or reschedule or, I talk to my.
Yeah, manage your expectations, right?
Yeah, gosh.
Well,
so, before we sign off, is there anything that you would like to tell people about yourself, or any questions you feel like we need to ask you?
any hidden talents? It's funny, if I would have said, tell me something a lot of people don't know about you, you probably sew a lot when you're in your own home. So people may not know that, but is there anything else that people not know about you?
I like to pretend I know how to cook.
Good for you. Me too.
Enjoy cooking, so it's something
That's
I want to be
wonderful.
better at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, really just crafting. Like I do like machine embroidery, hand embroidery, kind of an old soul, I guess, at heart. I have all these like hidden, outdated talents that I'm trying to keep alive.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my family's really important to me, and that's how I learned to sew, and my grandma and my great aunt. And obviously that's really hard being out here too, because they're back in Virginia. So I taught my parents to video chat, so we can talk pretty regularly. I have some nephews, so I still want to be part of their lives. And so yeah, we're making it work, but ultimately I'm right where I need to be right now in life.
Yeah.
Good.
You seem like you're enjoying it.
Well, maybe we can talk to Zoom about figuring out how to run the heart lung machine from your apartment.
Yeah.
I want to be on that call.
Okay.
Since we're all using Zoom so often now. So, but we do appreciate your time and spending time with us. We know you're busy. It's been wonderful getting to know you a little more, and everyone that watches this video, I'm sure they'll appreciate it as well. So thank you for being a Perfusion rock star.
Thank you. I wouldn't have missed this. This was awesome.
Yeah, I know you and I both agreed it's a little nerve-wracking, but we're both getting out of our comfort zone and doing it, like you mentioned in your video. And and then Sam will give us some special tweaks, and it'll be
hopefully.
Thank you, Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
All right. Well, thanks again, Courtney. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the Perfusion Rockstars channel. And yeah, we'll see you next time.